After my rebirth, I handed in my resignation, left the production department, and broke ties with the Knight family who had raised me. I moved out of the Knight household for good. The day I left, Mason Knight stood in the yard, casting a distant glance in my direction. 20 years of shared history from our last life had ended here. Once I finished handing over my work at Stellar Entertainment, I wouldn't have to see them again. News of their signing and engagement spread throughout Stellar Entertainment. Red, eye-catching contracts were laid out on every colleague's desk. People in the hallway constantly snuck glances at me, whispering. Everyone knew I had chased Mason Knight for over a decade, from a shy girl to a seasoned producer. They all thought I'd be the one walking down the aisle, but I simply gave the gilded contracts a dismissive glance and returned to my composition report. Chloe Davis often spoke loudly in the recording studio these days, deliberately raising her voice as if afraid no one would hear her. Mason bought me another necklace yesterday. He said it's to match my debut outfit. He also said once we're done with promotions, he'll let me take on bigger projects. I ignored her boasting, focusing intently on my composition report. Until that day, I overheard Mason Knight and Mr. Knight arguing in the CEO's office. Dad, Chloe should be in charge of the new album. You've seen her capabilities. Mr. Knight's voice was displeased. Mason, Scarlett has been working on this album for a long time. Replacing her now would cause problems. Besides, Chloe just signed. She doesn't have enough experience. Mason Knight was insistent. But Chloe has her unique talent. She can do this album. Dad, you can't just favor Scarlett because of personal feelings, can you? I clearly remembered that in my previous life I had used subtle clues in the composition to piece together the album's entire structure, ultimately producing a citywide sensation. Stellar Entertainment earned major accolades because of it, and I became famous overnight with that album. The title of top producer echoed through the entertainment industry, and my career skyrocketed. Mason Knight, having been reborn, surely knew all of this. He simply wanted Chloe Davis to gain fame through this project in this life. With that thought, I pushed open the office door and handed over all my composition documents. Mr. Knight, here are all the materials and reports. Mr. Knight looked at my calm demeanor, his eyes unreadable. After much hesitation, he took the reports from my hand. Scarlett, it's Mr. Knight and the Knight family who owe you an apology. My voice was calm. It's all right, Mr. Knight, you raised me, so consider this my way of repaying your kindness. Mr. Knight looked up, his eyes filled with guilt. He had nurtured me like a daughter for many years, but ultimately, I couldn't compare to his own son. The scale still tipped in Mason Knight's favor. The moment I voluntarily handed over the reports, a flicker of obvious shock crossed Mason Knight's face. He probably expected me to argue, maybe even cry hysterically, but I had been surprisingly decisive. These documents were the result of countless sleepless nights, each page filled with my hard work and professional judgment. He clearly hadn't expected me to let go so easily. Scarlett Hayes, don't think this reverse psychology will get my attention. Mason Knight quickly regained his cold expression, his tone dripping with disdain. You'll never measure up to Chloe. You should have realized that a long time ago, right? He always believed in